Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pick Three at a Glance family and first time viewers. Alrighty. I'll go live and somebody wants to blow up they air bed. Won't take but a minute here. I'm sure it's yeah, okay. I guess it blew up for them. So but anyway, uh welcome to Pick Three at a Glance strategy for all new for Illinois. State specific for Illinois. So with Pick Three at a Glance, I take 22 numbers, do the 111 rundown on 22 numbers, and you have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations, all at a glance, where you don't have to worry about doing the tic-tac-toes, the grids, the root sums, the date sums, and no multiple different rundowns. The only rundown that you have to be concerned with is the 111 rundown, and it's the most effective rundown and simplest rundown that's out there to me that you can use and track the actual 1,000 numbers to win. So I'm going to get started here in Illinois evening, and that's what I do. I track the evening draw. You can track any draw, but I track evenings because I'm a night person and it's easier for me. If I track days, if I was a day person, I would do days. But start off, with whatever draw you like to get the Pick Three at a Glance strategy where you want, and then you're comfortable where you can play to win and increase your chances of winning. Okay, so what I do, if you're new, I'm going to show you how to do the 111 rundown. All right, and the number that came in is 828. Yesterday evening draw in Illinois. Okay, so we're going to do the 111 rundown. Okay, let's see. 111 on the 828 that came in. You add 1 to each one of these numbers here. All right, and you're going to count straight down. You're going 8, you're going to go 9, and 1 to 9 is 10, but you don't use the 1 in the ones place. You use the 0 on the right hand side in lottery math, and you count down again. You add 1 to 0 is 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 1 is 2, 1 to 2 is 3, 1 to 3 is 4, 1 to 4 is 5, 1 to 5 is 6, 1 to 6 is 7, 1 to 7 is 8. When you get to the same number at the bottom that's at the top, you add it correctly. So you're going to do the same thing here. You're going to count down. You're going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, and 2. Like I said, 0 because the 9 is 10, and you just use the 0. So the same number at the bottom, you get top. Simple rundown. Okay. Then you have the add 1 to the 8, and you're just going to do the same thing. Count down 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. No different numbers at the top here where you got to strain your brain to multiply down and come down with a rundown. And what I do with this rundown here is that I look for the base number in that rundown. The 22 numbers that I tell you about, there are the base numbers. So when you do a 1-1 rundown on the winning number in your state that comes in, the base number will always be in that rundown. Okay? And I know that the base number for this rundown is 040. Okay? So the 828 here, I'm going to write it on the calendar. This is a smaller print of the pick three at a glance sheet that I use, and it has all the strategies on one sheet that I put on. But I had eye surgery, so I had to enlarge the sheets so it make it easier for everybody to see. And here I'm gonna do the 828. And when I used to do like the 828, I would be able to do everything on this one sheet here and know what was going on with those 1,000 numbers or my winning number that came in and how to pick my next number, not for the next day. What you do with this here is that you're going to build a bucket list of numbers using the law of average to know what numbers to play and how it works. So 1 minute here, I got to get an app that I need to show everybody how to use on my tablet. Okay, so when I started put this sheet together after 30 years, but I put it together about 4 or 5 years after I was into playing pick three. Okay, and when I did here, I did all that longhand to put together this app, put together this strategy. But with today's technology, you can go on your Play Store for Android and whatever the other one is for iPhone rather, and you download it and you'll get this app. It's called the Blind Squirrel Pick 3 Blind Squirrel app. It's a lime color app. It was the last time I looked at it. I don't know what color it might be now, but it's been a while and I've had this app a while. And what it does the 1-1 rundown for you. Let me clear this out here. Okay. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to put the 828 in that came in. You're going to do the 828 in here. And then here's all the different rundowns that you can use. Oops, I didn't mean to use that one. I'm going to have to clear that back out. I hit it by mistake. 828. Okay. And then these are all the different rundowns. You can make a rundown out of all those 1,000 numbers if you want to, except for triple zeros. That's why I say the 111 is the best rundown to use. And they have other strategies for using all these different rundowns here, because you can make a rundown out of all these different numbers. But with pick three at a glance, the only one you have to use is the 111 rundown, because it's the most effective and the most simple and easy to understand. And you hit this here, and that 111 rundown with the 828, it does all of the work for you and put the numbers in. See, just like I did here, you see all these numbers, the 939 and the 044, the 151. It does it all for you right here. See all that work? So you don't have to worry about trying to do all this work to find the base number. And it's only 22 numbers, and you'll start memorizing those little 22 base numbers, and you'll know what column, because it's going to be 22 columns. You'll automatically know what column these the base number and the column that the winning number is under. Your winning number that comes in for that day, the 828, that you want to track and see what's going on with it. All right, so now I'm going to go to the 040, which is the base number, like I said here, which is the base number. Okay, and go to the master sheet in the doubles. With doubles, I want you to realize with doubles, they can come 3 different ways. Like this winning number that came in, It can come in as the 828. It can come in as the 288. And it can come in as the 882. All right. Now, you're going to go to the master sheet here. And the master sheet here that's got the 22 numbers that has the 111 rundown done on them that makes up the 22 columns. All right. So, and these are the singles. They can come 6 different ways. But we're going to the doubles for right now to find where that 828 is on the doubles. So on the doubles, you want to look for the 040, which is right here, which is column 4, but it's shown as 004. Okay? Because you know all doubles can come 3 different ways. So when I did the base numbers, I just made the 001, 002, the 003, the 004. Okay? If you can see, let me move it down where you can see it. And make sure you can see what I see. These are the base numbers here. Okay, and it's 10 of those on the doubles. And see, column 1 is 001, 002, column 2, column 3 is 003, column 4 is 004. And so 004, that 828 that came in will be in that column. And all you do is go down here, right here, and you'll see the 882. The same number, and you just circle it or mark it off. Bam, you're done. All right. On the master sheet for that column. So with the master sheet, you work by the law of average. All right. And by working with the law of average, you want to eliminate the numbers so you get a lesser pool of numbers to pull from or choose from to play. Working with the law of average. That way you're not doing any guessing, because these here cover all of 1,000 numbers. Because here on the doubles, they can come 3 different ways, and each one of these columns represent 30 numbers. So you know at a glance that 30 numbers didn't play. And you know what 30 numbers did play off of each column. All right. Now, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is triples, it's the sixth one, and 7, 8, 9, 10. You know everything it is to know about all the doubles that played when they come in as you marking them off. You know everything there is to know about all the doubles that played as you mark them off for the month. This here, so with the doubles, and I'm going to show you here, with the doubles, if you got 30 numbers, and this is how you get the 1,000 numbers, so you know that's right. If you got 30 numbers to each column, and each column represents 9 columns and 9 numbers, 30 times 9 gives you 270 numbers. 270 numbers on the doubles, and the triples gives you just 6 numbers, because 10 numbers, they can only come one way, so it's only going to be 10 of those. Okay, so here that's 270, and on the straights, they can come 6 different ways. The straights, okay? Here's the straights. Alrighty. right here, these numbers can come 6 different ways on the singles. All the singles can come 6 different ways. So you have 60 numbers to a column that at a glance, you know what's going on with 60 numbers on those or those 1,000 numbers on this column here. And so you got 12 numbers that you do the 1-1 rundown on. Let me see. 12 numbers that you do the 1-1 rundown times 60 gives you 720 numbers. So you got the 720 numbers plus the 270 numbers gives you 990 numbers at a glance. You're looking at on 22 little numbers with the 1-1 rundown on it. Plus the 10 gives you 990 plus 10 gives you the 1,000 numbers, 1 in 1,000 odds that you have. And the only thing that you have working for you is the law of average with this. Okay? Because, and these 1,000, 1 in 1,000 odds is not going to change. Period.
I gotta get this.
Yeah, do me a favor. Tell Mike to hold it down just a little bit. I'm live. Okay. All right. Okay. So what I have is 1 in 1,000 odds. Same way with the law of average. If you played a different number every day, exact 365 days out of the year, you still gonna have 635 of them numbers. You don't have no idea what you're doing, what's going on with these numbers. If you don't have an actual total tracking system to see what's going on with the numbers and use the law of average to your advantage. That's the only advantage you got to winning, is working really with the law of average. There's no strategy out there, none, zilch, period, gonna tell you what number's coming in next day or how long a number gonna take. You have to be able to track these numbers and have a system where you can make a rational decision to just about what numbers will come out. That's what the pick through at a glance strategy is made based on, working with the law average. And I'm going to show you something here. If I took, see these numbers here that I just did the rundown on? If you took all these numbers, these 10 numbers, played them exact every day, 365 days out of the year. Now, this is if you're a lottery player, listen to me. The most you're going to get out exact, and you're going to have, I said average, is going to be 3 of these numbers exact for the whole year. If you played all 10 of these, because it's only a third of these numbers you're going to get every year you play. So you got to use the law of average to figure out what's the best numbers played. By lessening the pool, you want to get rid of as many of those numbers as you can and see what hasn't played to know what to play. Next year, you only get 3 more. And the next, because you're only going to get a third on average. Next year, you'll get 3 more on average. So you have to have a total tracking system to look at everything that's going on with a number that you play. I don't play no number, and yes, unless I didn't use my system to strategize what's going on with these numbers. None, zilch, 0. I don't even play my birthday. I don't play anniversaries. I don't play life plays. I don't play no lucky numbers because luck runs out. But if you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you're going to always know what's going on with them. And that's the best way to win. That's how I win. I track that, and I play my numbers for as long as it takes, because I know by law average works. And it ain't a lot, a big chance for you to get it, but you'll see what's going on with your numbers. You'll know why you lost, and you'll know why you won. My biggest problem was when I won, I never knew where to go get my numbers with the tic-tac-toe, date, sum, grizz, flip. That just gives you a fraction of what's going on with these 1,000 numbers. So it doesn't give you an opportunity to see what's going on with them as a whole. I know it says look for patterns here and there, and pattern here, there, a pattern there for this and that. But with these numbers, it's not no pattern you're looking at. You're looking at what the actual 1,000 numbers are doing. and you knowing what the actual 1,000 numbers are doing. With pick three at a glance, I show you how to do the actual number here. Then I show you the single pair, single digit, and front pair and back pair. And you off to the races. So we're going to go to now here. Back to where the doubles is at. And the doubles, let's see, this sheet here, this is strategy number one with the 12 single numbers that come 60 different ways and gives you 720 of those numbers you're looking at on each column and knowing what's going on with 75% of those 1,000 numbers anytime you make a mark on this sheet. Anytime you make a mark on this sheet, ain't no guesswork. You know what's going on with that 1,000 numbers and what didn't come out and what played. At all times, they know patterns you're looking for. Is knowing what you know. You can build a skill set and a strategy, tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and knowing what they're doing. I'm going to say again, you can build a skill set and a strategy, tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and knowing what they're doing. Period. I don't care what nobody say. Ain't nothing going to be tracking the actual 1,000 numbers with a strategy that you can see for your state and what's going on. And I did all the books, all the tic-tac-toes, all the rundowns. I know them all. And that's what I wasn't winning. And I said, okay, it's got to be a better way. So I put the pick three at a glance strategy and tried to make it as simple as I could, where I could explain it to everybody. That's why I call it pick three at a glance, because everything here is in front of you. You got with one, you got with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 columns. You know what 720 of those numbers are doing at all times. If you playing and how often you play every day. You ain't got to play every day if you don't want to. You just have to track your numbers. And so when you do play, okay, like here, if you tracking and you see that column number 6, and I'm gonna show y'all how to do that. I got more detail that I'm doing today on what I mean when I talk about this. If you see column 6 ain't failed in 3 or 4 months, and you gonna know it when you do, you gonna know, okay, column 6 ain't failed in 3 months, 90 days or 120 days. When I do hit, I'm going to grab the numbers off of column 7, because you're gonna be in and marked. See how I got this 230, this 341 since April didn't fail here. I mean, since January. As they mark off, I'm going to column 7, and I'll probably, if I don't play the whole column, I'll play the ones that ain't failed yet on average, because you're working with the law average and you're looking for the numbers that didn't fall. So there's no guesswork in this, and you got to realize column 7 don't represent 10 numbers. It represents 60 numbers that you know ain't failed in 90 days or 120 days. So if you play in box, you're gonna be okay, because you're watching everything. Same way on the double for the 828 that came in. I can tell you when last time this column hit and how many times. This here is hit twice this month. You got the 448 that came exact, and if you've been following me, I had that on the play in April, because working with the law average, I had this 448. You carry the numbers that haven't played. Then here you have the 882 that just fell off of this column. So you know everything that happens every month with all those 1,000 numbers at a glance. At a glance. And here you only got 10 little numbers with the 1-1 rundown on that produces the 270 numbers, doubles you have to look at. It's gonna, okay, it's kind of, I'm sorry y'all, I had to say I had eye surgery, and it's kind of hard to kind of read and do this at the same time unless we won't be here all day. And I appreciate everybody over here, and I appreciate everybody that's new. So as we go through, I'm gonna try to talk slow, but as far as playing numbers, the numbers going to be different in your state. That's why I say track all the actual numbers, because what's going on in Illinois might not be applicable to yours. So as far as me playing a number back or how it works, it depends if what the front pair that I track, the back pair that I track, the single digit or the single pair says, or what I'm looking at. You're going to build your own skill set, and it's going to be beneficial to you and your state and how you play. So what I do here is, yeah, it depends on what's going on. Do I play that number again or not? It depends on how I play. But I mean, to answer your question, yeah, it depends on how I play or what I see. And you'll see things. That's what I mean. You're going to have to build a skill set for you with this. And if the number, if it plays off this column, it's 448, it depends. I don't know how. It depends on what you're going to see what's happening with your numbers. That's all I can really say. But what your question is, would I play it? Would I play it back? What's your favorite pick 3 number to play? I don't have a favorite. It depends on what I'm tracking. It depends on what the strategy says. For your state, it's not going to be applicable. That's why you have to track your own numbers and your 1,000 numbers. What I play here might not never show up to what you play. Because in Missouri, when I was tracking there, I got 3 numbers. They ain't played up for 16 years. 3 numbers. In Missouri, that's 197. I'm sorry, 192, 160, and 574. Ain't played in 16 years, and that's 3 numbers we talking about. So me playing my favorite numbers, they might not never show up in your state. Only thing you can do is track and work your numbers with the law average. That's what I'm saying. Okay? My favorite numbers might not never play in your state. And if I have favorite numbers in Missouri playing, it depends on law average. I ain't going to say no favorite number. There's no such thing as a favorite number. The only thing you can do is track these numbers, and that'll be beneficial. Okay? Now, that's why I hate to get out, because I've been lost track of what I'm doing here. And thank you for your comment. Appreciate it. But I can't see. Please just email me if it's something serious that you want to know. Email me at momonetary@gmail.com, small cap, and I'll get back with you on it. Email me, and I'll email you back, and maybe a little more, something to give you some links to go to that'll help with your questioning. Okay, so each one of these columns are 30 columns. So if you got a column ain't filled as you tracking in 3 months, you ain't pulling no random numbers. That's what I mean by random numbers and playing guess numbers and work numbers. You're going to play the numbers that ain't filled by law average off of the column. You can't beat that. You ain't going to beat it. You ain't guessing no more. You ain't doing no tic-tac-toe, no date sums, no rundown, no flips, no multiple different strategies, because you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers with the pick 3 at glance strategy. And you're looking at what's going on. Now, here again, now we found a number, which was the 882 that came in Illinois. And that's why this is so easy to explain, because I'm dealing with actual numbers. I'm not doing all those other tic-tac grids and rundowns and stuff to try to figure out what numbers coming the prior day to tell you what's coming the next day. Because there's no strategy, nothing's going to tell you what's coming the next day. No strategy, nothing is going to show you what's coming the next day. And that's what I was going with. And you really have to have an actual 1,000 number tracking strategy system that tells you what's going on with, like I said, the actual number, the actual pair, the front pair, back pair, and single digits. And that's what pick 3 at glance does. Okay. Now here, we want to find the pairs that play for the month. So we have the 882 that came out. So it's only two numbers. So here's where I've checked off previously for the month. So at a glance, I know what pairs for the month ain't played. That's why I say what number. I ain't got no favorite number to play. I let my numbers talk to me. I read the numbers. After a while, you'll be able to read your numbers for your own state and how they falling. That's how you win. That's how you win. You can't use those tic-tac-toe dates up, but they only gonna show you a fraction of what's going on with the numbers. Picture at glance shows you everything. Just like here. You know the AA2? See this I got underlined here before I mark it off? It didn't fall this month. And it didn't fall last month. So I knew that an A8 was gonna fall. Now, hear me straight. You can track them all. You'll be able to track them all, but you don't want to try to play all these numbers. Play responsibly. Because they're going to fall in line for you. Time is on your side. Set your bucket list of numbers up to play and stay with those numbers. Because my favorite number is 927, my birthday for one, because I know it didn't fall in Illinois last year. But other than that, I wouldn't play it. And I know that the 79 on the front and the 97 on the back didn't fall. But I get into more detail with that for you. But here, see this 3-3? I didn't mark it off. And if you know anything about mirroring and you've been around a while, you see this 3-3 and this 8-8 mirror each other. Neither one fell last month. I knew one of them had to fall. The same thing that just hit with the, let's see, which one was it? Well, the 3-3, oh, the 9-9 and the 4-4, they mirror each other. So I knew one of the double nines or the double fours had to fall, and that's why the 4-4-8 fell. Now listen to me, you can't play them all. You're going to watch them and you'll hit them better. You see here, this 3-3 mirror each other, and the 8-8 mirror. They didn't fall. That's what I mean working with the law average. You'll be able to average out which one of the two going to fall if they didn't fall the previous month. Okay. So that's what you're looking for. And if you have any other systems or ways to get this information, this is the way to go. All right. Now, so you'll circle for the 8 the 828. You're going to circle off now the 8-8. Now I know that 8-8 failed because it hadn't. I write a little note up here. This is what I mean. Build your own strategy. That the 8-8 hadn't failed for 2 months, and then when the 3-3 didn't fall, I knew that one of the two had to fall. Okay. But I always, when I win, I got somewhere to go. I'm not starting from scratch every time I win. I want to invest my money. Okay. Now, and then you're going to mark off the 28, which I know since I circled it, I just put a little check mark by it to let me know it failed twice this month, the 28 pair. The 28 pair. Okay. Now, if you got like 3 single numbers, you're going to have 3 pairs on this triangle, which is strategy number 2. You're going to do the 12, the 13, and the 23. The 12, the 13, and the 23. That covers those pairs. All right. And then if you got a triple that comes in that month, because all these doubles, you're going to, if it's triple twos, you'll just circle off the double twos to let you know that pair came in for the month. Because with this here, and a pair in 2022, 38 didn't fall hadn't failed for 120 days. But when it did fall, I caught it from tracking. I don't have to strain my brain to wonder what to play because I know what's going on with all the numbers all the time. when I play. And I ain't investing a lot of money because I ain't jumping on and off all them different numbers, figuring a strategy to try to see what numbers come the next day because I know it don't work like that. Okay, here. The 3A hadn't failed for, let's see how, now that you can see through that. I don't want that to distract you. Okay. And I wheeled that 3-8. Hadn't failed for 120 days. You don't know that if you ain't tracking. So what number's going to be to your benefit to play? 380. And this is called a wheel. I wheeled the 3-8. 381, 382, 383, 384, 385, 386, 387, 388, and 389. Now, so if you wheel this for 50 cents or a straight box, depends on what your strategy is or what you see with the numbers. It's going to depend on how you play it. Okay? You can do a 50-cent box, or you can play a straight box, or you can play a dollar box. It depends on how you play and what your purse is, how your budget, your money is. Now look here, I hit this 385 because tracking with the 3-8 pair hadn't failed in that 120 days. I went back to see, okay, when the last time the 38 pair hit. You can do that with this strategy. And then when the last time the 8-5 front hit. And we can do front and back in Missouri. But you can do front and back whether you can or not. You want to do the front and back pair because you'll know how to play your number. And what happened, I loaded them to 38 and it came in. But I knew what number to play off of this rundown. I wasn't guessing what number to play because I would have ran them all. But I knew that this was the hotter number to play. Okay? I knew that was a hotter number to play. Okay, let's see. It helps you to be organized. And to win in pick 3, you have to be organized. You need to be organized. And this is the best organized strategy that I had to put together for myself. Because I had all kind of tic-tac-toes and books with tic-tac-toes, dates, sums, grids, and flips in them. And I couldn't understand. I wasn't winning. I wasn't going nowhere. And then here, with this 828 that came in, this here is strategy number 3. Strategy number 3. And with strategy number 3, I took 3 columns with 0 to 9 in them. And with those 3 columns, you're going to do the 8 on the front, the 2 on the back, 2 in the middle, I'm sorry, and the 8 on the back. Like I said, you always, so that way, if a number hadn't played, if one of these numbers don't play this month, I'll know how to play it the next month. Because if I'm playing a number, like I told you, I'm playing my birthday 927 over here in Illinois. Because it didn't fall none last year. That's how I tracked. I went back all of Illinois. I just been over here 4 months. Did the whole year with these sheets to see how, what was left. And so far, we didn't hit 3 or 4 times this month. Well, 4 times, I'm sure. This month, we just, well, you can count this 8-8 pair a hit. I had that to play. So, because I play with the law average, I rotate these numbers that don't play the previous year over into the following year. Because it's going, for the 1,000 numbers, I just told you, you're only going to get a third of those numbers every year. So it takes 3 years for all them numbers to rotate out and change places. 3 years. Here's what I mean. By law average, these numbers have to change places. Like the 828 that I showed you earlier. Oh, wait a minute. This is something else I need to see. I got another sheet. This is what the law average and the rotations work. All the 1,000 numbers have to change positions. Like the 828, it has to change positions to be 288, 828, and 882. Okay? Law average. These numbers have to change rotation. Then here, if you got, and that's a double. With a double, like say this 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. I'll do it this 1, 2, 3. It has to change position as 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 2, 1. That's what they're talking about with the law average. All these numbers on average, those 1,000 have to change positions. And quite naturally, you know, the triples, they ain't gonna change no positions. And wherever way they come, that's how they are straight. That's how the law average works. So for these numbers to do all this, it takes about 3 to 4 years. So how you gonna hit them and know what's coming the next day? Okay. Now, that's how it works. And see here, and you can catch things when you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers that you wouldn't see just doing the tic-tac-toe, day sums, and multiple different other rundowns. This here, what happened, sevens in Missouri, when I was tracking, a 7 hadn't played for 2 months, 2 whole months. First month, I thought I was tripping. I thought I had missed a 7, and I hadn't. I was like, oh, wait a minute, a 7? I ain't never seen that before. The second month, what made me look back, because I was almost at the end of the second month on my tracking, no 7 had failed that second month. I'm like, oh, no, they tripping. Law average, I know I put the law average in effect. So with the law average, I realized, I said, I'm playing 777s. And I hit. But you can't catch that if you ain't tracking. And I hit. Because working with the law average, if 7s ain't failed in 2 months with no number, a 7 got to show up unless they cheating. And they would have had to be cheating for a third month for a 7 not to show up. I knew better than that. Okay. Now, and with this electronic draw, yeah, they can. And here's the front pair and back pair. Chart. You need to know what number what number fell on the front and what number fell on the back. Okay. So I know that the 8-2, you're gonna go to the 8-2 on the front. Both of these numbers are top and bottom are the same for the front and for the back. So you're going to go the 82 on the front. Mark it off to know that it's played. And here it is. And the 28 on the back. This is a yearly sheet. And the 28 on the back. Like that. Let's see if you see it. The 82 on the front. And 28 on the back. That way, if you always know what front pair and back pair to play. That's powerful. You always know what front pair and what back pair to play. And here, toward the end of the year, that's powerful because working with the law average, when your numbers running out, you know how to make those pairs up. Like, I don't play triples at all. Triples is because you can only get, on average, 3 of them out of the year. 3 triples out of the year, all right? And on average, but last year in Missouri, everybody was playing those 777s. They was flying with 777s. I mean, midday, evening, they just knew 7s was coming. But that, that's guessing. But this here, you know what's going on. So what happened? But none came, no sevens, and only on midday zeros and twos came for the whole year, and on evening triple zeros came for the whole year. But the only way I play triples, if no triple has failed by November, December, I start looking at on my sheet what front pair double and back pair double ain't failed. And in 2022, 8 front failed once in January on the front, and all the way up to September. Near September, I started seeing, okay, ain't no triple or a double like 8 fail. I better start hitting on looking at triple A's to play. And I also knew that 3-3 front and 3-3 back had been a long time fall. So I say, okay, these two mirror each other. So I played triple eights. I did do threes, and front pair and back pair, and them eights came out. I told all my subscribers about them. But I'll tell you all about what's going on in Illinois. But everybody tracking, if they got questions, then we can learn here. And that's what happened. And those eights came out because I had tracked them. Working with the law average, you'll see stuff has to work to the law. You'll see it working to the law average. You'll see it by actually tracking the numbers. So and that's what happened with that. And if you do the same, if your state, you see that a double on the front and double ain't back played, like double zeros and double back ain't played, you want to play them because, people say, well, certain numbers bring triples and certain numbers bring that. When you start tracking, you're going to see the numbers, the 1,000 numbers just fall. They all random. It ain't nothing bringing no number, and they just doing what they do. And then when you start tracking, you're going to realize that. And you're going to realize they work toward the law average. Like I showed you, they work toward the law average. And if you don't know what's going on with those other 635 numbers, you playing a loser's game. Oh, I was. I was. That's all I can tell y'all. Playing a loser's game because you're playing in the dark. You don't know what's going on with the numbers. If you don't know what numbers that came, how you know what numbers to play? If you don't know what numbers ain't played, how you know what numbers to play? You got to be in the ball game. You got to get in the ball game. If you're going to somebody else to tell you what numbers to play, and you got the picture at a glance, then that's all good luck. Because that's what you be doing is luck. And I don't really say luck because if you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and building a skill set and strategy, I'm sure you're going to improve your game. You can't help it if you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers for yourself. You can't help it. And you're going to see, I've already using my strategy. You might see on my comments somebody won $200 already using the strategy. Some people tell me the first time they ever hit since and they start using the strategy. I'm just telling you testimonials that I'm getting from people, and people have been gracious enough to show their appreciation and blessing me, but it takes the work. And now I'm going to go to, and if you want to know what mirroring is, you're going to go to one of my previous videos. But I want to move on to something in a little bit more detail for everybody to kind of understand and pick up really how to track and use because some still be asking me, not as many, but because a lot of people are getting it because it's fairly easy. But here, this is what I do. When I came to Illinois, I did a month, every month. I went back every month from January and found out every number. Let me see if I move it over here so you all can see it. These here, these are the triangle, strategy number 2 and strategy number 3 I put on one sheet. But that I'm starting over here, I didn't do that because I'm already doing it on other sheets. But this here is just an example of what I did for the singles and the doubles. For January, I found every column, marked off every number to see what's all in fail, so I'll be up to date. Then, so when January start, what I do, any columns that did not hit, and I don't think you can see it, I put an arrow over it, or highlight something over that column that didn't hit. So when I go to February, when I go to February, I'll know what columns didn't hit. See here, February, and I'll highlight those columns that didn't hit. So when I win, I'll know what column didn't hit the previous month. I'll know what column didn't hit that previous month. All right. Same way here. Any column that don't hit here in February, I go to March and I mark off. You might can see this little arrow where in February this column didn't hit. I mean March, so I marked it off. So see the 781 hit in March. That's what I mean by working by law average and seeing what's going on with all those these 720 numbers here at a glance. I marked them off, and any column don't hit. See here, this column picked up. So when you know what to play, you automatically know what column to go to. And then here, now we're in April. I did the same thing with that column didn't hit in March. Now I know what column. I know that this column is 015 didn't hit. So when I hit, I know what column more like. Wait a minute, it did hit. It just hit this month. So you'll see. That's why I say for your state, you have to build your own personalized skill set. And then what I do, about 4 months into the year, I put together a yearly sheet. I'll do a yearly sheet. And what I'll do, I'll take those 4 months and combine them on one sheet and highlight and mark off the numbers. Like this is my yearly sheet. And what I'll do is I'll take and highlight all the numbers that fell in using all 4 of those months that for what column. And then I got one yearly sheet for the doubles and the singles to look at, along with the monthly sheet. So that way, I'll always know what column is due and what numbers are due off that column when I get ready to hit. I'll always know what numbers are due and what columns are due off that column. What columns are due and what numbers are due off that list toward this time of the year. And I'll keep that. I'll keep my yearly sheet up. This yearly sheet up. Always, and then that's how you do it. I don't know no easier way to do it. It seems like a lot, but believe me, once you start with it, it's going to be nothing. But you're going to have to go back. I went back a whole year of Illinois when I came here, and it's not that hard. Once you do that Aptum 22 numbers, and then you're going to memorize a lot of it. So when you see that number and you see the do the rundown, you'll see the base number and you'll know automatically what column to go to on the sheets. A lot of people subscribing with me is did this longhand, wrote them out, made copies for themselves to have for each month and stuff. I'm thinking about doing a PDF. Is that what it is? Yeah, I'm new at a lot of this because I'm 72 years old and probably only 72-year-old on here. Just demonstrating this pick 3 at a glance. But I'm going to do a PDF. So if you want these sheets, there's going to be a fee. Not nothing to break the bank. I can email these sheets to you to print out for yourself. Then you can make copies. I think that's only fair. Because I know I did these sheets myself. I had a laptop and I figured out how to do it. It was work. I did it, but I can share it with everybody, with them. But email me. People asking about these sheets. I love this pick thread at a glance because it's so simple and easy to use. and everybody's hitting pattern and strategy is going to be different in their states because all these 1,000 numbers run different in all the states. All the numbers run different in all the states. Okay. Yeah. So, hey, Terry C. Glad to have you, my brother. Soon, I hope. You know, everything's about a due season, Terry C. Everything about due season, my brother. I would love to come together. You know, I never knew this was gonna happen, but it did. So, you know, I ain't the type to rush nothing. I know that I ain't in control of nothing down here on this camp. So I just move and groove with time. Okay. All right, y'all. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. So if you have anything, don't do the comments. Email me. I mean, don't not do the comments, but email me because YouTube did tell me they was having trouble with comments. Okay, I hear you, bro. But I hear you, Terry C. Hey, bro, I ain't talked to you in a while. I love to see you as always. Okay, that's it, family. I don't have anything else. I'm glad you made it, Terry C. I try to put a notice up. Uh, I usually don't do Saturdays and Sundays, but it was a little bit things I wanted to get done and show since I haven't been live for a little while. Okay. All right, family. So that's all I have. Email me with any in-depth questions. But Terry, I think I'm gonna finally get around to that PDF thing, buddy. So see what I mean by time? Okay, y'all. So thanks everybody, and I'm getting a ton of subscribers. And if you're new and you're on here, I appreciate your support. If you can, just hit the like and the comment, the like button. I think that's still working fine. But I appreciate everybody that I know it's going to take a while to get the pick through the glance out, but you'll love it. Believe me. I just love playing with the numbers and actually seeing what the actual 1,000 numbers are doing with the front pair, the back pair, single digit. So, like I always say, if you're tracking, you'll soon be packing the lucky town. So play them till they come, make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless.